Hey everyone, here's a quick tip on how to create a highlight for your player within one of the videos you may get for them by using CapCut, a very convenient, simple to use, but powerful application that can make it easy for you to, again, create those highlights. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to import a file. So I have a video highlight file right here already. So I'm going to bring it in. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop it onto the timeline for the CapCut. All right. So for the purpose of the video, we're going to need 2 copies of it. So I'm going to take it again. I'm going to drop a second copy, second version of it, because we're going to need 2 versions, 2 copies to create a mask. So once I have that on the timeline, then what I'm going to do is I want to highlight this player here. So what I'm doing is I'm going to the menu here on the right and select mask. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a mask. All right, so that brings up this option here. I want to create a circle mask. So I'm going to go um, create a mask right there. Sorry, that circle there, just make it the size that you want to make it based on your player. All right, so now what I have is I've got the mask area created. Uh, Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, because this is a static mask, the circle stays in one place. I want to create movement to follow the player. So for that purpose, I'm going to, if you notice here on the right again, there's this add a keyframe button here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it. So it's going to create a keyframe, which means it's going to create a place mark on that spot. So what I'm going to do now manually, I'm going to, with my right keyboard button, arrow button, I'm going to advance the video, while with my mouse, I'm going to be advancing the circle to stay in front of the player. So what I'm going to do every time I do that is going to create another keyframe. So I'm going to just keep moving, stop, and then move the circle, arrow keys, re, re, relocate the circle. I keep moving it. I'm going to stop, relocate the circle. So again, every time I'm relocating the circle, it's creating what we call a keyframe. So I'm following the player, follow the player. Now, if you can't see the circle because of the software that I'm using to record, there's an actual circle around the player. So, and I'm just moving that circle along with following the player. Alright, so that's the end of the video. So I've created, if you notice here on the timeline, there's all the different keyframes where the circle has been adjusted to follow the player. Now with that, I'll show you something. The next step is to highlight the player. So for that purpose, I'm going back up to the top to adjustments. So it's already selected adjustments. You see the sub menu here, so I'm going to go to curves. So I'm going to click on curves, and then this is going to brighten or darken the video. So what I'm doing, if you notice, as I'm moving, it's lighting up the player, right? So I'm going to go right there. All right, and so once I do that, then the player should be followed by that highlighted circle. So if I start here, now because I started a little bit later on the video, it doesn't join the player until a bit later, but it'll meet up with them. So when I hit play, then you start to see that the highlight is following the player all the way to the end of the video. So again, this is a great way to enhance the videos of your players. If your camera system doesn't have that ability, some like Vios and Trace, sometimes they have that ability, but you can just take any video with CapCut and replicate the same thing to share those videos out of your players. Hopefully that tip helps you and you're able to create some highlights for your player. Thanks.